What's up, guys? All right, Dr. Chris Park here, and I wanted to talk about some of the common mistakes I see people make when they're trying to taper their Suboxone or Subutex. And I need to make this disclaimer, all right? This is not medical advice for you. Don't take something I say and just think it automatically applies to where you're at with your recovery. Talk to your doctor, your counselor, etc., and make well-informed decisions for your health. Okay, so the first mistake I see people make is, they're not ready. They're not ready to taper, meaning, maybe they're too new in their recovery and the risk of relapse is too high. So that would be number one. Number two is they try to taper too quickly. Maybe they're, tracking along, they've done well. Maybe they've been on medicine for years, right? And maybe even a high dose, and they probably should try to taper at this point, but they forgot a dose one day last week, and they thought, I didn't really notice much, so I think I can just go ahead and jump down. So maybe they jump like by 8 milligrams. Like maybe they were taking 16 milligrams, and they jumped down to 8 milligrams. And maybe by day 4, they feel absolutely horrible, so they go back to 16 milligrams. Maybe they take 20 milligrams, and it's like they took a step forward and then 2 steps back, and it's all because they just jumped too quickly. And then it kind of messed with their psychology, because now they think, I can't do this. Well, you can, you just need to do it the right way. And for most people, that's going to be a very slow taper, making very small changes over several months at a time. Okay, so that'd be number 2. Number 3 is they don't have a plan. They're just kind of, they tell their doctor, just cut me down by 1 or 2. And they don't know when they're going to take less, when they're going to take more. They don't know what they're doing. They're just kind of going by the seat of their pants. So they're going by how they feel every day, their emotions. And what happens is anxiety gets in their head, and then they self-treat the anxiety with medication, and they tend to run out early, or whatever. And it's just not a good process. Now, there's lots of plans you can follow. So again, talk to your doctor for a good taper plan. I've got this 16-week taper plan on here. I don't even think it's the best one out there, and I've explained that over and over again. That was like just me giving an example of a way someone could use to taper, but that's not how I would taper most people, right? Because when I got to lower doses, I would definitely extend it, and I would go lower than 1 milligram before I jumped off. So anyway, but like I said, there's lots of plans. Talk to your doctor, see what they recommend, and then just kind of go with the plan. And the next thing is, the next common mistake I see is people can't adapt. Because maybe you are on a plan, but you hit some type of resistance. I don't know what that would be. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody, in your family passes away, and you're grieving, you're stressed, but you've got this taper plan over here. Well, maybe now's not the right time to make that next jump down, Maybe you need to adapt. And don't consider that a failure. Just consider it something you got to adapt to, okay? And that's it, man. That's the major mistakes that I see when people are trying to taper, is that, 1, they're not ready to taper. 2, they go too quickly. 3, they don't have a plan. 4, they've got a plan, but they can't adapt, their life to the plan. And I'm going to throw in another one. This is a bonus one, okay? Keep the end goal in mind. And you're going to think the end goal is to be off medication. That's not true. The end goal is to be healthy, clean, alive, having good, solid relationships in your life, living a good, decent spiritual life, being healthy mind, body, and spirit, all these things. That's the goal, guys. All right, guys, Dr. Chris Park, and I'm out of here. I got to go lift some weights.